Being authentic in an interview sounds pretty easy, but is it? Let's dive into that a little bit. I'm Dr. Hackman, the medical matchmaker. Often I speak with physicians who are interviewing for jobs or kind of just getting started with their job search, and they have a special interest and they're concerned that this special interest may not be appealing to the practices that they're interviewing with. On the other side, I speak with practices who are looking for a specific skill or may not be looking for that skill, but could get really, really excited about it. So a lot of times we as physicians feel like we need to be the persona that is perceived or to tell people what we think they want to hear. And a part of that is because of our training. We want to get into a medical school. We want to get into a residency program. And maybe we're just getting the wrong advice. But let me tell you a little bit about why it's so important to be authentic in your interviews and be real about what's important to you and be real about what's important and is a total deal breaker. So let's say we have a family medicine physician who's really interested in addiction care, as an example. And so they want to do MAT, which is medication assisted treatment with Suboxone for chronic pain or, chronic opiate addiction. Now, they may go to an interview thinking, this is something I want to do, but it's a big administrative burden. And so you go to the interview and maybe you're told not to bring that up because you may not get the job. And so you go in not showing up in your best possible way. And especially if you go in saying, I'd like to provide addiction care, but you don't feel so confident about it, that's going to be very different. So it'll come across something along the lines of, well, I really find it rewarding to do addiction care and to prescribe Suboxone to patients. And now a lot of doctors may have the experience of the pain seekers or getting dinged on our metrics because of, or Press-Ganey scores or whatever, because of, refusing opiates to people who seem like maybe they might be addicted. I mean, there's not really a great situation. Versus showing up to an interview, something like, I find it so rewarding to provide Suboxone to patients who are addicted to opiates. It is a life-changing medication, and I have had such incredible success. I'm absolutely passionate about it. This is an underserved area of the patient population, and I feel like we could really serve our community that way. So you see how differently that comes across, and a part of it is just being confident in what you're interested in. And quite frankly, if that is your passion and that is what you want to be doing, whether it's MAT, aesthetics, developmental disorders, ADHD care, whatever it is, I mean, it runs the gamut. I've even spoken to a doctor who wants to do hyperbaric treatment. But if there's something that you're passionate about and you don't go into your interview either thinking that it's what they want to hear or you hold it back because you think it may be wrong, then you may get offered a job that you don't want, and you could accept a job that you don't want. If you're declined a position because of something that you want to do, you don't want that job anyway. Go find another job. There's a huge shortage of physicians for how many jobs are available, and you can take the job that you want to take. And this comes with knowing what your priorities are. So perhaps the job that is offering or excited about what you have to offer may not pay as much. Maybe it pays more. But really decide what those priorities are. Do you want to wake up excited to go to work every day because you're doing something that you love? And of course, you still want to pay for your student loans and you still want to support your family. But really, really see what your priorities are, and that makes a huge, huge impact on how you show up to your interviews and how you can have actual real discussions with your interviewers and with the hiring managers. Because, I've had, just recently I had a physician who was very interested in the Hispanic population and speaking Spanish to her patients. And this practice didn't have a whole lot of Spanish-speaking patients, but when they heard that, they got excited about it. They've made plans to bring on Spanish-speaking medical assistants, Spanish-speaking scribes. I mean, they are going to do everything to support this physician because not only do they love her, but they love that she is providing this extra service that the physicians in the practice can't already provide. So if you have any questions, please don't ever hesitate to reach out. And remember what's authentic to you, and I'd love to be a resource for you. So reach out to me, www.happydayhealth.co.